Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning to Melody. How are you, my friend? We are live this morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to Melody. How are you, my friend? We are live this morning. Get rid of my own voice. Sorry about that. We are live this morning. Here we are on YouTube. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's my sound? I thought maybe my new microphone would get rid of some background noise, but I don't think it's happening. We are coloring. Hey, Dawn. We're coloring this morning from Coloring Volume 17. As I finish up eating a granola bar. How rude. How is everyone today? We'll wait for everyone to get here, though. The people are late, right now? How's it going, Dawn? We're coloring Melody's favorite today. Actually, kind of my favorite too, Grayscale. Are you a Grayscale? I gotta share this on Facebook, by the way. Are you a Grayscale colorist, Dawn? I remember the very first time I colored Grayscale, I was like, what the heck is this, right? But then, it really kind of like pulled me in. And I really, really like it, so... So I have, Melody, I have another, sounds good. I'm good, Melody. Melody, I have a more needle felting classes happening in February. I didn't know if you were interested in doing one that was maybe a one-day one. So, if you're interested, I can send you the information. And I'm using woodless colored pencils today. Good morning, Sharon. How is everyone today? Cold weather, right? Cold weather we're having. But hey, you know what? Somebody said to me the other day, gotta get my pencil sharpener. Wow, it's just so cold, right? I was like, I don't know what you expected. Grayscale's my favorite too. I mean, I don't know. Actually, I don't know if I can say that it's really just my favorite. You know? I feel like my lighting is not that great, though. Is my lighting okay? What do you guys think? I have a computer that can be that's a little blurry today, so. Good morning to Bonnie Hughes. We're just going to kind of wait for everyone else to get here. And I'm going to share this over on my Facebook page to get all of the Facebook people. I know, it is cold, right? But you know what? Unless you live in the tropics, I mean, I just think to myself, what did you expect? What do you think, Scarlett? Scarlett has a lot to say behind me. It's not letting me. Had a hard time getting in today. It must be the weather. I know, it must be. The weather definitely affects, you know, there's something happening actually with, not YouTube, but something happening with Safari browser. I've got to get Scarlett something here. What's wrong, Scarlett? Oh, here you go, babe. Go ahead. There's something happening this morning. I saw an article about using Safari, the browser Safari, and they're saying to not use it. So maybe that's something that's happening. Maybe that's what's up. I don't know. Good morning, Lynn. It's 24 degrees where Melody is, and it's going to be 10 tonight. Yeah, I don't know what the temperature is here. I didn't really look. Sometimes I just don't want to know. I have to clip these down with these clips so that I can make my book flat. Good morning, Alice. Must be cold where Alice is. Is it cold where you are? Yeah, but I think it's just affecting something else, Sharon. I don't even think it has to do with, like, I think it's just in general. You know? Because you're not using Chrome to get to Facebook. I mean, get to YouTube. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know. Beverly Larson, good to see you, my friend. You know, I try to invite everybody over on Facebook. I try to tag people, put people's names and say, you know, join me. Thank you for sharing that, Melody. It won't let me share it. And if I have missed your name, please don't be offended, but because sometimes Facebook tells me to slow down. Jean Mellinger's here. Good morning to Jean Mellinger. Scarlett has got a lot to say behind me. Scarlett, what is wrong, my friend? She must want the last biscuit. Hey, let me just go get my dogs to be quiet. I'm going to get them something to keep them busy. Come on, girls. that should get everyone settled. Dogs, people, cats, lizards, you know, the whole bit, rabbits. Facebook is giving me and everyone a hard time lately. I know, really. I didn't know where I had to go. Message Chris to help me. Hey, Bev, I'm glad you made it. Sharon says, oh no, that's something new. I thought whenever I go to any websites, Chrome has something to do with it. No. Chrome is only the no, well, yeah, I guess it does, actually. You're right. Chrome does have to do with it. I thought you meant something else. I'm sorry. I take that back, Sharon. I thought you meant something else. All right, I'm using these pencils called Ashley Woodless Colored Pencils. They're from this company called Ashley Nicole. Ashley Nicole Arts Woodless Colored Pencils. I don't even know if they're still available. Never know where it's going to be, and it's always changing. Hey, Sandra. Well, you know, I was actually thinking, Sharon's comment there, I was actually thinking this morning about where we're streaming for color alongs, right? And I'm trying to stick with YouTube because people were having trouble with Facebook. But I feel like maybe people are confused, so I'm confused too, let me tell you. So I think part of so anytime we do a color along, we're staying with YouTube. And then anytime I do a class, like a paid class, I'm sticking with Zoom. However, a lot of people don't want to do Zoom, so I'm doing Zoom and Facebook simultaneously. I really wish that people would just watch it just on Zoom so I don't have to be watching the Facebook part. But anyway, maybe I'm just a people pleaser and I'm trying to make it's hard to just make it happy for everybody. You know? Don't you think? Are you a people pleaser? You're not on Facebook, don't you? A lot of people are not. I have a couple of people that are taking a couple of my classes that are not on Facebook. So we're using Zoom instead. You know? Alright, let's go with green first because it's one of our faves. I'm just going to give this a quick shop, and these shopping really, really well, actually. Yeah, I think you know stuff, Sharon. I guess she does. Should I raise this up? I only do classes on Zoom when it's a class you're paying for. If it's a freebie type thing like this that you can watch, I do not. And when I do a class on Zoom, if you do not want to be part of the camera, on camera, you don't have to. So it gives you have the option. Anywho, I'm starting to color these leaves here for these tulips. This is a nice spring photo on a winter day, isn't it? With this green color, and I'm just going to go just same pressure on this whole thing. Okay. Alice is saying this morning when you go in your news feed, they are asking if you want less notifications for certain people or groups. Are they specifying the groups, Alice? Oh, I'll tell you. They're teaching us something, right? This Facebook. They're trying to say, you know, patience, grasshopper. I guess. Jean says, I can't do Zoom. When people say to me that they can't do Zoom, is it because people say that they don't want to or they don't know how? Sharon just says she enjoys it for the interaction. It is funny, actually. It's good interaction. There's a lot of laughter. It's happening. The other day, I was doing a Zoom class with somebody, and they blurred their background. Has anyone ever done that? Yeah. Oh, so it's giving you specific... You know, Facebook. We love you, Facebook, out there, but, you know, I don't know. I have a couple of things that are happening this week, a couple of new things. One of them is that I finally have an Amazon influencer account. I've tried it in the past. I don't know what happened. I guess I gave up. It didn't stick or whatever the heck the problem was. Anyway, I now have an Amazon influencer account, and what that means is you can go to my link. It sends you over to Amazon. I have a page on Amazon. There's products that I use. There's links to all the products, and whatever you purchase through that link, I earn a small percentage, and I mean small, but it's there. So I think that I was giving out a whole bunch of links. Sandra and I were chatting the other day, and I was giving her all these links, right, Sandra? All these links to all these different products. And I finally just said to her, I think I need to open up an Amazon influencer account. And it basically, like for instance, if you went to my, I don't know if these pencils are in it, but they should be. And it basically, I earn a percentage. The other thing is that if you purchase something through that link that is not in my, like I'm not referring you to, or I'm not recommending or suggesting, I still get a small percentage. So if you're going to go buy, like, a tiny home on Amazon, or, something big, purchase a car, do it through my link. I don't know. Can you buy a car on Amazon? I don't know if you can. You can buy everything else on Amazon. So this is just my green. Alice says, I freaked out because I love the groups and don't want them to go away. What's next? Are they going to just stop notifications? So I don't think they'll ever do that. I didn't see that. The other thing that I have happening, the other change that I made, or addition to things, is on my Facebook page, when you see something posted, like a link to some books, like an ad. I don't know if, has anyone noticed this? Please tell me if you've noticed this. When you go to the Facebook page, there'll be like an ad for, like, say, this coloring book. And if you click on it, I have a Facebook shop now. So you can click on the products and the product will come up right on Facebook. And then you click on it and it takes you over to my website. Has anyone noticed that? So look at this part right here. I'm coloring the leaves or the stems that are going down into the glass jar before I color the glass. Okay? So that's important because we want to make sure that they're inside the glass. And I'm using a little bit of a lighter pressure, but not much different than I used above. But because this is a lighter gray back down here, it's actually coming out that it looks like a lighter gray. Now, what we're going to do is color the glass on top of it. Okay? Does that make sense for all of you grayscalers? What do you think, Melody? Could you offer any other advice? Melody is an incredible grayscale colorist. I'm not trying to, make you stick out. But, I don't know what that says, Jordan. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to put a little bit of light green on here now, too. Melody, do you have any advice about how to do that? Could you offer me tips? I guess I'm going to assume that Dawn is saying that she's on Instagram. Is that what you're saying? I don't have an Instagram shop yet. I gotta get something for Scarlett. Scarlett, what's the problem here? Anyway, that's what's new, I guess. I'm gonna put some light green up here. Tips on doing what? Oh, tips on coloring the glass part, Melody. Like, how do you get that? What do you do to this part? What color would you color this part? Like the glass on top of this. I'm gonna go with a light blue. Do you think that you should color on top of that? I'm just adding some light green on top of the green that I already colored. Sharon says, I don't do Instagram or anything else besides Facebook. Well, I gotta say, I am on Instagram. And sadly, I have a TikTok account. Alright, Melody uses blue. I'm gonna go with blue. But I gotta say, TikTok sucks you in. The things that are on TikTok, it's just amazing. Not amazing. I don't know if that's amazing in a good way, but I don't know. If anyone else looks at TikTok all the time, it's like it just, I don't know what it does. It just takes me away from what I should be doing. If the page doesn't look clear enough to see what you are doing. Maybe it's from the lighting. Wait a minute, hold on, let's try this. Is that better? How about if I raise it up? I'm going to raise it up some more. No TikTok either, Gene? That's actually a good thing, if you ask me. Let me do this. Hold on a second. This is this little tabletop easel. I very rarely use it. But how's that? I bet that's better. There we go. Is that better, Alice? Okay, perfect. I can't zoom in. I don't know how to zoom in. I'm using directly streaming on what do you call it? On YouTube. It's not letting me zoom in. Oh, wait. I spoke too soon. Hold on to your hat, right? How's that? You don't even use the story part? I do use the story part, but I only use Facebook for coloring books, for artwork. I don't usually use it for personal stuff. I actually think that if I didn't have wasn't on Facebook for coloring books and trying to sell artwork and coloring groups, I don't know if I would use it. I don't put anything else, unless it has to be like a dog-related thing, but I don't really put any other stuff. I'm coloring these tulips yellow, and I am using kind of a heavy pressure on this. Is that better, my lighting? Much better? So much clearer, and the audio is clearer and louder. I don't know what happened to the audio. Maybe I need to move my microphone. Let me see. I have this as my microphone, my little, lapel microphone. I'm going to put it down here, right here on my book. Well, that must be noisy, right? I'm going to clip it to this. So we can actually, hear the coloring. I bet you can hear the pencil with that. My little mic. I feel like I should be out in the middle of a snowstorm. Reporting the weather. Like, what's his name? Jim Cantone. Oh, Cantor. Is it Cantor or Cantone? I don't even know what it is. Great, and volume is better now also. Now, isn't that weird? I didn't do anything to the volume. I don't know why that happened. So there's my yellow. Now, this part right here, I feel like it should be... Well, Melody said blue for the vase, right? So I'm going to go with this blue, which is called, I don't know, peacock, actually. So I'm going to color on top of all of this, but I'm actually going to kind of go on the side. You have ice on your back, Alice? I should have ice on my neck. I'm going to flip this around. Can I flip this around? There we go. I should have ice on my neck. My neck really hurts a lot. I'm going with blue on top of it here, but just kind of on the side. Because I wanted it to be kind of like... I wanted it to be smoother, and I just felt like it wasn't going to be. But I am going to kind of give it a little bit of a darker section in between these. See where it's kind of darker in between those stems? Now, that bow. Doesn't it look like straw? I bet. The story part of Facebook is interesting to me because it only lasts for so long, right? I'm going to use brown for this, even though... And I'm going to color each one of these little things separately. Story part of Facebook is interesting to me because you pop that story on and it disappears. And it's interesting to see who... I mean, I put stuff on there, because I have to be in the know about what's happening. But, I mean, social media can kind of really take up a lot of time, don't you think? especially TikTok. TikTok is crazy. And now there's some YouTube channel, or no, there's a TV, like a channel on TV, on cable, that you can only watch TikTok videos from your couch. Now that is crazy. This is jasmine. This is kind of a goldish color, and I'm just going to add it on top of what I just did to kind of make it look a little more straw-like. I don't like how grainy this is looking, though. That's the part that's bugging me. What is everyone else using for pencils for this? I mean, you could use woodless color pencils, but you could not if you don't want to. You don't have to do what I'm doing. I guess this is the straw again that's at the bottom here, right? All this part right here, all this, like, you know, whatever this is, all this hullabaloo that's here, and of course it's got my famous, you know, favorite basket that's sitting there. So here's that straw that we just used for that. And just kind of coloring each section, each little, you know, piece. You don't want to just, I'm kind of coloring in a scribbly way. I guess this is another basket that's sitting back there. And we don't want to make it all like brown, right? We want to make it, to at least let it have some sort of color in it. So for that basket, I think I'm going to use, that's not the color I wanted. I'm going to use this gray color here, and I know, weird, right? Grayscale. But then I'm going to put another color on top of it. So this part right here is going to be a darker color. So I'm going to color all this part with gray, this here, that's behind it, and inside here. Kind of to dull it down a little bit. And then I'm going to go with this kind of reddish color and just add a little touch of it. Just a tiny, tiny bit. And now I'm going to add this brown color over to onto the handle itself. Thank you, Dawn. So here's that handle that's there, right? Coming back down again, maybe a little bit heavier pressure on the underside of the handle. And now, of course, the band that's at the top, but going in that direction. And then there's kind of like some lines right here. I don't know if you can see those. And of course, if you have black, which you should always have a nice black colored pencil with you, with a really, really, really good point, I'm just going to, is this black? No, oh, this is brownish black. It's okay. Just going to kind of, you know, accentuate what is underneath there. Now that I've got all that on there, I'm going to go back and add some more things on top here for our straw, or what is it called? It's called, no, I don't think it's called that though, right? It's called something else. And now we're going to go back in with some black. So it's a lot of like, you know, play around with this, add something inside. Kind of a little bit right there. And then for this part here, let's add a tiny bit of black onto in the in-betweens. Kind of just to, you know, just give it a little bit of oomph. I feel like I don't have any oomph today. Do you ever have days like that? I don't know what's happening to me. I'm losing my oomph. Okay. And then this part right here is a little bit of a ridge of that jar. And we use that peacock blue color, so we want to go back in with that. And even though it's in there, we just kind of want to give it a little bit of blue on top of it. You could also use like a light green for this. for this jar also. And then we want to kind of make a little bit of a ridge there where the water meets. And think about the water that's behind the, you just kind of want to make this part of it a little bit darker. And then we've got this little thing right here, which is kind of a silvery color, but we don't want to go completely silver on that. So let's see what happens if we just kind of use some of this jasmine color on it. Although this could have had like a purple color to it. Of course, I'm thinking of like, you know, the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz, who needs his oil. So there's my kind of a yellowish color on there. I'm going to go back over this with a little bit of peacock over at the side and under here. And now we've got this crazy basket here. Now what I like to do with the basket is color each one of those little teeny tiny rungs. I'm going to go with the brown. And I'm going to start out with just coloring in the direction of these little, you know, what do you call these? I always ask this question. The basket rungs, you know? And then again here on this row. If the basket rungs were bigger, then I would probably go. I love these pencils too, Bonnie. I agree. These are good. I like the point that they get, you know? Especially when you're trying to really accentuate something. And I think I like them most for grayscale. So I'm going to go back in with that brownish black color. Where is it? China blue. This does have a lot of blues though, doesn't it? Here's French gray. We need that. My brownish black seems to have disappeared. Oh no, here it is. And I'm going to go back in to all, not all of them, because that would be crazy talk, you know. But just kind of pop some dark colors into all of this, so we can kind of see that in between. So it gives it a little bit of a, I call it the low light, I guess. And then I'm just going to kind of color along here with this brown color. And I'm just going to kind of go in the direction of these. And I'm kind of like, you know, swinging it so it's more like an ellipse type thing, because I want to go in the shape of the basket. So I'm pretending, webbing. It is called webbing when it's weaved like that. Thank you, Sharon, finally. You know how long I've been trying to figure out that answer to that question? But Sharon always knows the answer. You want to be in the know, stick with Sharon. Did you Google that, or did you know it? Tell us. All right, so now I'm going to add a little bit of this brownish black, again, underneath here. And I'm making sure that my point of my pencil is very sharp. Okay, and here again. Right here. And then again here. So it's just kind of staying within that. So it's really kind of, can you tell how it's bringing that out? By adding that black or brownish black here underneath this section, then it really is kind of making that ridge stand out. And then on the inside of it, I'm going to go back in and use that black color, because it's really kind of, that's the inside. So we want it to look a little darker. Now I'm going to go back and work on the actual handle, and again around this part right here, kind of coloring it around it, but going back in with my brownish black. What other color is this that I don't want? Oh, I don't want that. And again here, so I'm kind of like, you know, bouncing around with the colors. But don't forget, this is kind of darker in here. Sorry about that, I touched my microphone. Maybe my microphone should not be there. Hold on a second. Maybe it should be here. Okay. And right here. You're probably wondering, why haven't I clipped that to my shirt, right? I'm going to tell you why. Because I had that microphone clipped one day, and I got up, like, without realizing it, and I forgot I was connected and clipped to the wire, and everything almost came flying down. So, it was not a pretty sight. Oh, something's up here. What is going on here? Why is everything moving? Okay. Is that better? I think so. Okay. So I'm just kind of, you know, most people that stream live on YouTube or like Facebook or something always have like somebody else helping them in the background. So I don't have that other person helping me in the background. Are you a person that likes to ask for help, or would you rather not ask for help? And I'm going to just kind of add this stuff, give it a quick shopping. Yes, I have 2 dogs. I have Paisley and Scarlet, my English setters, who are usually very chatty during a color along or any type of live video, but I don't know what they've been doing lately. Right now, they are both sleeping. Or laying down, at least. You know, they've got to get their beauty rest in. You know, the life of a dog. Don't want to move the dog. Last night, I was doing something, and I said, oh my goodness, I don't want to step on the dog, right? I don't want to move the dog. Hey, Angela, how's it going in Down Under in Australia? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. I'm going to give this bottom section right here just a kind of a little bit of a red color. Over to this section here, just to kind of like the tablecloth, I guess. And even in between here. And then this looks like a book. What do you think? Is that a book right there? I think it is. I'm going to go with this processed red color. Let me just give it a quick shopping. This is the binding of the book, the binding, the side of it, the binding of it. Now we have the background. Now see how the background is very blurry? You want to kind of consider that it is going to stay blurry. So, for example, I'm going to hit the plants that are up here with this light green. I'm just going to kind of scribble them around just to kind of hit them with green, because these are just kind of like, you know, greenery that's in these pots. Or in my mind they are anyway. And then I'm going to use one of these blues. I like this China blue color for the background that's here. Just to kind of give it a blurriness, and I'm kind of leaning on its side there. Just to kind of go over all of that. So I'm going to give this whole thing back here, this China blue color. Again, come down here. And then this whole section here, staying like, you know, in between, the in-betweens. Now we've got this part here, I'm going to do the same thing. Because when something is blurred in the background, usually everything is kind of like, you know, the same color. Kind of has the same look to it. Hey, Chris. Dawn has a cat. What is your cat's name? I can't hear you very well, but that might be just my air conditioning. Yeah, because we all have the air conditioning on because we're all freezing here in the United States, you know? Do we all need to come and visit and go visit Angela where we can just be hot? Or we can just experience hot weather? Now, I kind of like this pot that's back there, maybe as a terracotta look. And this one also. So here's kind of an orange color. And I'm going to just kind of give it a little bit of orange. Again. Ooh, sorry, that did not mean to, I didn't want that to scratch like that. Oh my goodness. I'm apologizing to the coloring page. Somebody help. I just apologize to the page. I just turned the air conditioner off. All good. Okay, it's 2 degrees here. And Chris has the air conditioner on. No, Chris doesn't. Yeah, I don't know what the temperature is here. I think it's snowing out, actually, but nothing, like, to write home about. Nothing to stick. It's not sticking. I don't really think they know what they're talking about. I could have told you last night that it wasn't going to snow a lot. Do you think maybe you should go see Angela, Chris? Now, see all these parts right here? I'm going to go back in with blue. This one that I'm using is actually, this is black. I'm going to go back in with black. But this one that I'm using is actually not Ashley Nicole. It's a progressive Koh-i-Noor colored pencil, which I don't know how it got mixed up with my Ashley Nicole's, but apparently they're like, you know, hanging together. Okay, so here is just kind of a black right here, and I'm kind of like popping a little bit of black here. Now remember, again, blurriness in the background. Yeah, 5 is cold. How much snow do you have on the ground, Mel? Melody loves snow. Did you see that kit that they had on, I think I saw it come up on my Facebook feed. It's this kit where you can turn like a, you can turn a, like, snow into like a mold. It's a mold of a penguin and snowballs and hearts, and you can kind of like decorate. I won't be buying that. Right, now I've got all that part in the back, but consider that that is probably the window that's going on back there, right? So I'm going to go back in with this jasmine color. And where the molding is. And then a little bit of light blue right here, kind of on its side, for where that actual window is. But right here, I'm kind of making it a little bit of a different color. Again here, it's a little bit. Bev says, don't even ask me about snow. I have been digging out for days. Oh, that's right. Bev's in Canada. Yeah, we don't have much snow here, so I'm happy with it. I have to move my microphone. I still have not decided where it needs to be. Oh, my goodness. Hey, at least it's not furniture, right? That I'm moving around. Apparently, I've been told I move my furniture around way too much. I don't know. Somebody told me that yesterday. All right. So this is just my kind of my yellowish situation going on here, because this is the window frame, I guess. Like the molding around the window. And now I'm going to go back in with this blue, which is called Electric. Isn't that a song? Electric. Oh no, that's Dance, the Electric Slide. Angela says, I can't even imagine living somewhere that gets so cold it snows. Oh, you get used to it. It's like a workout, right? Ah, and Bev can't believe she's there either. I think that Bev and Angela should switch. Remember that show? Is that still on? Those shows where people with families would switch houses or switch lives. Remember that? All right, I'm looking for my brownish black color again, because now I just kind of want to give a little bit of something to this. I'm just going to kind of move this down a little bit. Just a little bit of, you know, a little bit of something here. Maybe Bev and Angela should switch. Now we are going to have days of cold weather. I know, it's supposed to be really cold here today, but I don't believe it. I'm not a believer, Melody, I'm not a believer. Angela says, I'm a biracial, indigenous, Australian, Jewish person who come from desert people. Isn't it bad that I'm laughing at that, Angela? I'm laughing because of you. Now I'm gonna start to joke. No, I'm laughing because I think that you did put that as something that's funny. In other words, I am desert. I do not like the cold. Oh my goodness. All right, where are we at now? 2.5 feet deep of shoveling like a mad person. Oh my goodness, Bev. It's like a workout, though, isn't it? When you're shoveling that much. Do you shovel yourself? I shovel sometimes. This year, I have not shoveled. I guess it depends how cold it is outside. It really just depends how cold it is. Well, that's a lot of snow, Melody. Now we have 2.5 feet. Wow. It's funny because it's true. See, I wasn't trying to be rude about that. I knew I knew that you had the feeling that it was a funny, like it was a funny. I could sense it was a funny. Beverly says, yes, also getting snow off roof before the house caves in. Oh my goodness. She does shovel herself, and I worry about her, Chris is saying. Does she really? Well, Chris, pack it up, my friend. Let's go help Bev shovel. All right, so I'm just kind of adding a little bit of this French gray to different areas where I just kind of want to like accentuate the sections. And I don't know, it's nearing completion, I think. What do you think? How did you do? I just want to kind of add a little bit of something to these leaves because, I mean, I know they're green, but you kind of want to have a little bit of black to make them pop. I know, I wish I could. Right? Beverly says, I am in my 77th year and I must be crazy. Well, I'm going to tell you something, Bev. If you can shovel, good for you. You know, I try to keep shoveling myself, you know. I hope when I'm 77 I'm shoveling, or I'm able to shovel. Just don't hurt yourself. It is relaxing. It is refreshing. Hey, Dawn. Chris is so nice, isn't she? To worry like that. Okay. So now, I'm just going to add a little bit of this. Just going to give it a quick sharpen, so hold on a second. I was first one with driveway clear. Good for you. Maybe you should hire yourself out. So I'm just adding a little bit of different sections here to some black into these, into the ribbon or the, isn't this like called raffia or something? I think it might be. Bev is an Energizer bunny. Good for you, Bev. You gotta keep moving though, don't you think, Bev? That's the key. You gotta keep yourself moving. I try to go up and down flights of stairs. I mean, I guess I should I don't do it like, okay, I'm going to go up and down the flights of stairs, like, purposely. But I try to go up and down flights of stairs at least 12 times throughout the course of the day. But what I really should do is just, like, you know, say, okay, I'm going to do 12 in a row. But I don't. Recharge are needed. Don't just, I just live for the, live for the snow? Yeah, right, Bev? It probably keeps you healthy. All right, so there's that part. I think I'm gonna call it done. What do you think? I would say, let me pull this off, so slip this off here, so that I can see the whole picture. So next week's color along is canceled because I have an appointment that day and it's just cutting it too close. So we talked about it last week, so I rescheduled it to I think it's February 24th. Or February, yeah, I think it's February 24th, right? Let me see. The last one is the 17th. Yeah, we rescheduled it to the 24th. So this is the one that we were supposed to do next week. Thank you, Chris. And this has been rescheduled to February 24th. Okay? So we meet again on 2 weeks from today. So I hope you don't mind that I had to reschedule that. It was really just the option of, yes, it'll always be on YouTube. Yeah, you know why? I'm kind of like in the middle of the invite situation that I've got them on Facebook so I can invite Facebook people, Bev, but I've got to be better about specifying. And I tried to put the link on there and it wouldn't let me. You know? I have to I have to try to be more mindful and be better at making sure that the links are there. But I mean, the general rule is just think of it like this: all follow-alongs are on YouTube. If you're paying for a class with me to take a class with me, then it's always on Zoom. Yes, that's my purpose in life, Sharon, is to keep everyone on their toes, including myself. Plus, my calendar always has it, right? Every time you see the calendar, there's a calendar on my Facebook page and on my website, if you click on events, you can see that calendar. And every time there's an event, it says on the calendar where it is happening. You know? I hope. I don't know. Maybe I need some maybe we should call them ambassadors to gather in the troops to come over to YouTube. Anyway, we meet again in 2 weeks. Here's Mixed Media Color Along. And then we've got another Grayscale one coming up the following week in February, on February 10th. I can't even believe I'm saying February. February 17th, we're working on complementary colors that complement each other, like orange and purple. I'm sorry, orange and blue or yellow and purple from the sloth page. And then that is the last one. Will go back to this heart mandala page with just a number 2 pencil on February 24th. Okay. So, what other questions can I answer for you while we're all together? Because this is kind of like a little bit of a meeting, right? I'll try to make sure that I can figure out how to gather everyone around. You know, you make announcements with Facebook. You make announcements with newsletters that I send out. If you're part of my newsletter, weekly newsletter, I've got some workshops happening. We're working on workshops for January right now. I'm working on needle felting workshops, painting workshop. We've got draw along. The drawing workshop meets every other Wednesday. It's not too late to join a drawing workshop. And then February workshops are coming up. We've got a watercolor painting class in February, which is on February 11th. And we have a needle felting painting class. There's actually 4 of them coming up in February. They're going to be on let's see, the 4th, the 18th, and the 25th, and then also on the 20th. I'm looking forward to the watercolor painting workshop also. It's a cool painting. It's this tree with all these blue... Should I go get it, Sharon? Maybe I should go get it. Let me go get the painting. Hold on a second. Hang on to your hats. Let me get it. This is the painting we're doing for the watercolor class. It's $15 for each of the classes. We're working on this one, this one's going to be a lot of fun, actually. This one, there, you can see it a little bit better. We're going to be doing this one with watercolor. Let me see what else we're working on. I don't know if you can see. I don't know if I've posted this yet, but see if I can zoom in for this. See if you can see this. On Friday, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that okay? On Friday the 4th, there's a needle felting painting class. And it's this tree abstract landscape painting. So I'm working from a painting that I've done in acrylic, turning it into a felted painting. Does everyone understand what a felted painting is? Should I show you some of those? Let me know. And then we've got a still life that's going to be on the 18th. And then we've got this other sunset one happening on the 25th. And then this one's my favorite one, which is this lilac painting, which is going to be a needle felted painting. So this should be being posted. I'm going to be posting this on Facebook pretty soon, actually. Hey, Donna. Donna says, good morning, all. No questions. I've just been hovering, watching, and enjoying while I'm working. Pictures turned out really pretty. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to this watercolor one, but this is happening. And I didn't know if, Donna, the last time we met for the drawing workshop, I didn't know if I was supposed to send you, I know, stop zooming in and out. Okay. Was I supposed to send you the information for the painting workshop? Were you interested in that? Let me know if you're interested in that. You don't have to tell me in front of everybody else, but if you want to, if you're interested, just send me a message. The acrylic painting class happens, every Monday. So I'll be posting the February calendar. I should probably do that, I don't know, I guess today, right? Today's the 20th. And what else is going on? Do I have anything else to tell you all? The drawing workshop happens on every other Wednesday. We actually meet again. I'll show you what we did last week. We actually meet again next Wednesday. This is what we did last week for the very first class. Okay, Donna. Painting classes are so much fun. Sharon's saying, love being part of that. Thank you. It is fun. We have a lot of laughs, actually. I don't know if we laugh more than we paint, or we paint more than we laugh. I'm not really sure. So we worked on this. This was the reference photo we worked on for the first drawing workshop class. And then we turned it into these pairs. And then the next one we're working on, I'm excited about this, is this bird. And what are we drawing this bird with? Let me see. Oh, chalk pastels. Whew. This one's going to be chalk pastels. So we can do this one in color if we want to. So that's next Wednesday. And again, we meet on Facebook and YouTube for this drawing workshop class. So that is what's happening. I hope everyone has a great day. Again, thanks so much for watching today. It's always great to hang with you on a Thursday morning for live color along on YouTube. And I will see everyone in a couple of weeks for a color along. So no color along next week. And then we'll meet again. Sharon says, I am so challenged with the drawing workshop, and I'm really surprised and amazed at how much I have learned. Thank you, Sharon. You know what? This is what my attitude is about drawing. Anybody can draw. However, maybe some people can draw better than others. And that being said, it's all a matter of a personal opinion. So you may say, wow, that's really good. And someone else may say, man, that's awful. So I think that there is no right or wrong. You know? So everybody can draw. It's just a matter of when people say, oh, I can't draw at all. Yes, you can. It's just that maybe you think that you don't draw as well as somebody else, but it's just an opinion. Have a good night, Angela. The more you draw and color, the better you get. You are so right, Bev. Exactly. It's like anything else. The more you shovel snow, the better you get, right? The more you do anything, the better you get. So practice makes perfect. I guess they were right when they said that, right? Sharon says, learning there is no right or wrong is half the battle. Well, you know, I'm very guilty of when it comes to something artistic, the worst thing you can do is to compare yourself to someone else and compare yourself to others. And I am very guilty of doing that. I have to kind of stop myself. I hear that in my head, and I have to say, stop. Stop doing that. Stop comparing yourself. It's like I'm saying, don't eat that cupcake. Stop doing that. So, I'm actually been kind of doing that in my head over the past couple of days, actually, because I'm working on, I'm in the planning stages of creating a totally new website, a second website for myself, featuring all of my paintings only. And I have been looking at it, and I've been looking at other websites so that I could design the website. And the first thing that I keep saying, of course, is Oh my god. I shouldn't do this because my artwork is not good enough. Well, look at that one. Wow, that's really good, and I'm not that good. So that is what I mean. I struggle with that daily, constantly. You have to kind of block it out. Yes, a website for my painting, Sandra, and I'm actually, maybe I should talk to you about it because I need a couple of people. I'm going to reach out to you and a couple others actually, if you don't mind, because I'm looking. I have a website or a website that I see that I want to see if. Not that I'm trying to compare it, but I'm going to get on that playing field with it. So yeah, a website for my paintings, and I see a website that I want, or the design. So I've got it figured out, and I just need to put it together. So luckily, I design websites, so I can design my own website. Van Gogh colored like that. His comment was very rude. Oh, I gotta read that thing. Wait a minute. Donna says, I saw something so mean on one of my coloring groups where a lady posted a pic she colored, and some idiot jerk said, who colored that? A child? I saw that, Donna. That was Michelle Byrne that posted something she colored, which was absolutely beautiful. And she definitely colored it in a shading technique, right? Heavy pressure, light pressure, medium pressure, varying the pressures, the whole bit with colored pencils. And that guy, why is he in that group? I'm going to contact the admin for that. I should have made a comment on that. Maybe I should make a comment in the comments. Why is that guy in there? Who is he? Why did he even say that? That was very, very rude, and that comment should be deleted. So, actually, that guy should be banned. If somebody ever said that to somebody in my coloring group, I would delete them. I would kick them out. So I thought that was awful. But you can't, that's what happens. When I first started coloring books, somebody said that to me. Somebody, without unsolicited opinion, solicited feedback. Yeah, he does. He needs to be removed, Sandra. I agree with you. I'm going to make a comment. When I first started coloring books, I was like a year into it maybe, and somebody told me that all of my coloring book covers were horrible. They were poorly designed. They all needed to be redesigned. My website was terrible, and that I was completely, I had no knowledge of design skills to design covers of books. And it really, really bothered me a lot because I've been a graphic designer for over 20 years, and I thought that the cover design part was really the strong point of all of it. And it really bothered me. I almost quit at that point. And there was another time after that somebody else made a comment like that, and I was ready to quit. I stopped for a couple of months actually, and then I came back to it. But yeah, it's very damaging to one's confidence. It was very pretty. He's probably one of those Facebook stalkers. Well, I always think, and I no offense to the men that are in the coloring groups, but I always do think, what are these guys doing in these coloring groups? Do you ever think that? That person, Sandra's saying, projecting or jealous that she can't draw or paint well. I love your covers. Thank you so much, Sandra. Yeah, Michelle Byrne is a very, very great, she's an excellent colorist, actually. She's been coloring for a long time. Angela is saying, why can't I, even if someone colors like a child, you don't say shit like that. Oh, maybe because you said shit. That person who colored a picture may have some kind of disability. Yes, I agree with you. And when I first started coloring, I had a bunch of people coloring for me. And there was one person that wasn't that great. And, wasn't that great is in a matter of, compared to the rest. I shouldn't even be saying it that way. But she didn't think that she was good enough to color the pages and put them on groups. And another artist contacted me and said to me, do you really think that person is coloring your pages to the best of their ability? Maybe they shouldn't be coloring for you. Maybe that's not a good representation. And my comment back was, I don't want people to color something and make people intimidated by saying, I could never color like that. So, that's a big problem too, right? If I knew where that comment was, I would go support Michelle. It's in the adult coloring group. I'm pretty sure, right? Isn't it, Donna? It sure is. It's so easy to hide behind your keyboard and screen or your steering wheel of your car, right? And be a bully. We don't know what that person is going through physically and emotionally. And you don't know how much that person really was bothered by that. It really could have really, adult coloring group, yes. But there's a few coloring groups with that name, though. Is it coloring with a U? I don't know. Maybe you could all share the link in the, if you could share the link over in the Just Color coloring group, in my coloring group, Donna, maybe share that information or screenshot it or something so that we can go over and support Michelle. I think that would be helpful. We're not doing it because we're trying to share the bad part of it, but we want to make sure that we support her and get that guy out of there. I think we need to get that guy out of there. Sharon says, I drew as a kid, entered a contest, and was eliminated as the judge said I traced it. When I did not trace it, not even a line of it. I stopped drawing for years after that comment. Yeah, so you never know how much... They're still there, Bev? Okay. You never know how much it could actually hurt someone or what that person's going through. And all that being said is I still think that there still should be some sort of constructive criticism. You know? But not in a public forum like that. Yeah, if somebody could drop that link, and I'm going to look for it also, but that was crazy. We should start a campaign, you know. I'm trying to find it myself. But I don't know where it is. It's going to take me a while. Is it in coloring books for adults? Oh my goodness. I thought it was an adult coloring group. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm going to go find it myself. All right, my friends. Well, thanks so much for joining me today and having this little chat with me. I hope everyone does something fun today. Stay warm. Be careful shoveling, Bev Larson. And I will see you all in a couple of weeks. Have a great day. Thanks so much, everyone.